All right, this video is called "The Serious Issue with Sniperwolf" by TehMimi. I think that's how you say it. Let's give it a watch.
When somebody hates on you, it's usually because they're unhappy with their own lives.
You said I had.
It's such a weird. Can I just tell you, like, I understand that advice, but it's like, it's a weird thing to, like, I don't know. Hey, when somebody's being really mean to you, just remember they're still a person. It's just like a weird thing to tell people. I know it's more of like a cope, you know, so it's like, hey, because, you know, I don't know, but still, it's just like a weird thing to do. But okay.
I have low self-esteem. Are you kidding me, you stupid?
If that's a model, my left toe can be a model.
I didn't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to look like this. I don't Photoshop any of my pics. I don't have time for that. Break your back to make it look
Well, I mean, like, you don't have to. You know, people that you could pay to do that, but okay.
like you got toes unless you got lordosis. And then people are saying, oh, you're making fun of them because they don't have any money.
Go do something about that poverty, your welfare.
I remember that whole thing where she tried to dodge that young kid after she said she would talk to them, and then she did everything she could not to talk to them until she got bullied into it by Keemstar. You'd say what you want about Keemstar. Shitty person, but he did do right by that girl because she was trying to dodge him.
Money.
Go do something about that poverty, your welfare net.
But how people see this and try to like switch the story around to make it seem like I'm the bad guy. Of course. They get the views, right?
God.
YouTube is a very interesting place. Over the
True.
years, as this website has evolved, there have definitely been many preferred or otherwise favored creators.
I recreated every single
Like me.
set from Squid Game in real life.
Years ago, when YouTube was less restrictive of its creators, a lot of edgier content was very popular and made its way to the top. But ever since the dreaded YouTube ad apocalypse, things have become a lot more family-friendly. Some may...
That's true, but I feel like I don't know. I mean, you know what? I can't really say too much because I was never on YouTube when it was like super edgy, but I'm still able to like have like nuanced things and talk about nuanced stuff without like fear of demonetization, you know, so.
Even say the website favors content that takes on a much more corporate approach. Some speculate that YouTube will be very careful with the influencers that are favored within the algorithm. It appears that the current algorithm favors more polished YouTubers. Channels consisting of kids content, YouTube challenges, crafting channels, gaming, and reaction channels are all unique in their own ways, but they all have something.
I mean, I'm sure that's a mixture between maybe the algorithm, but then also some people don't necessarily want to see super edgy stuff all the time, you know, but obviously they're trying to clean stuff up. I mean, when you demonetize edgier content, you're obviously, there's less of an incentive to make it because you can't make money doing it, but so yeah.
In common. Not only do most of them appear to be family-friendly, but they often usually promote this mainstream mindset, almost as if YouTube is trying to compete with TV, which is by no means a new argument. The top YouTube channels that don't include a high-value production company behind them seem to have this squeaky clean appearance to them nowadays, or at least their content does. In fact, the more I looked into this, the more I realized that YouTube doesn't seem to care how unlikable the top creators are. Their main priority is content that drives attention without causing controversy.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's a company first, you know, so that makes sense.
Notice that I say content here and not the creator. Today, we will be discussing a creator whose content is so dull, yet so popular. Meanwhile, their true reputation is littered with so many scandals. Scandals that, in fact, create a pattern of behavior leading up to current day. The irony is that many criticize this creator for being a hypocrite, but at the end of this video, we will see that YouTube itself plays a role in this hypocrisy. Have you figured out who this video is about yet?
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's the fairy!
Oh, wow, the subtle Pokemon jab? Jesus Christ, okay.
I won't lie, I am extremely nervous to be making this video today. This is one of the most nerve-wracking videos I've made, probably since early 2020.
Okay.
SSSniperwolf, otherwise known as Leah, is a highly successful YouTuber and social media star with over 30 million subscribers. Some love her content and others hate it. Her audience appears to cater to kids as she makes reaction videos to clips that require the attention span of a gnat to follow.
Hey, true.
Regardless of how you feel about her content, however, it is
like
truly
that.
impressive to see someone reach this many followers as an individual. Speaking of which, despite having a substantial following online for over a decade at this point, Sniperwolf has only recently hit rapid growth spurts. This is because she has truly mastered the tides of the YouTube algorithm over the past few years. On top of creating sunshine and rainbows content, Sniperwolf has conducted her own formula which has undoubtedly taken YouTube by storm. Take her thumbnails, for example, as many people joke about how lazy they are. She just...
You know, not for nothing, but people tend to respond to very simple... There's an interesting thing on, like... There's an interesting creator culture on YouTube where, like, there's an expectation... I know this sounds weird, but of, like, not being lazy. And I know it's like, oh, that makes sense to me, Copycat. But it's like, yeah, but like they'll be like, so you have to make really complicated thumbnails, or you have to do like a lot of work in your video. Like, I get it. I'm a reaction channel. I don't have to do a lot of work. Good for me. But like, outside of like you're not working very hard, there's really nothing else to the argument. And it's like, but people respond to simple thumbnails a lot of the times. Like sometimes it's better to just be really simplistic and offer like content that's easy to see and very digestible. People don't always want like this super crazy stuff, you know? So, I mean, I'm just saying.
Just takes a photo from whatever video she's reacting to and puts a picture of her face next to it. Much
Yeah,
like how
that's
another
what I do
successful
sometimes.
YouTuber Dream creates his content, the simplicity is strategic. SSniperwolf also uses color psychology and makes her reaction images in her thumbnails repetitive, almost as her own stamp or watermark, so that way you know you're about to watch a SSniperwolf video without even reading the title or the channel that it's coming from. Not to mention the fact that Leah creates content that never ages.
How old are you?
17.
How long have you been 17?
A while.
A commentary channel like myself might
That's
cover
a
a topic
longer.
which is currently circulating in the news, but videos like this seem to have a shelf life. Once people
Yeah,
forget
true.
and lose interest in a story, the video will likely draw in less attention. Whereas SSniperwolf reacts
Yeah, that's a lot of my content too. True. Yeah, that makes sense.
to random TikToks that people are still watching 1 to 2 years later, bringing in new viewers and getting them to watch.
So far, like, this isn't really a criticism. This is just like an observation. I don't know if they're trying to phrase it like a criticism, but like, who really cares about it like this specifically? I could see the problematic aspect of some of her content. I get that, but we're not there yet.
her old content as much as her new content is like a gold mine for the YouTube algorithm. So while you
Let's
or
see if I
I
can
may
do
not
this.
be interested in this type of content, there definitely is a market for this, especially considering how kids and teens make up a huge portion of not only Leah's traffic, but YouTube's traffic in general, especially when it comes to reacting to TikTok videos, which is what SSniperwolf seems to do most. Also, for full transparency, even though as a viewer I personally find her content to be very uninteresting, as a creator I am highly interested in the analytics behind it. From a creator's perspective, I don't dislike SSniperwolf for the content that she makes. I dislike her as a person, but more on that later. Creating content like this actually is pretty genius if you're looking to make a YouTube career, and I'm not against that by any means. Even if it's not everybody's cup of tea, as long as it's not hurting anybody, do what you want to do. There is something a bit off about SSniperwolf's reaction content, however, something that from both a viewer and a creator's perspective, I do not respect. Aside from reacting to TikToks in this fake babyish voice, which can get rather loud and obnoxious at points.
How you got a squirrel just chilling in your bed? What? You leave your window open, leave a bowl of nuts on the table, and suddenly
Yeah, I mean, I find the content annoying. But like, just because I find it annoying doesn't really mean anything necessarily, So whatever.
your pet. Oh, he wants to play.
It almost feels like SSniperwolf adds very little value to the original clips she's reacting to.
Hey, listen. True. It do be like that sometimes, man. But I mean, I guess people like it. You know what I mean? Like, there's clearly a market for it.
She just loudly explains what's happening, and yeah, a large group of kids clearly like it enough to continuously watch, but you'd think after being online for over a decade at this point, she'd develop a bit more, Wait a minute.
Well, I mean, like what I don't know. I mean, like, whatever. I don't really care. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I guess I get what you're saying, but like, I don't know. Like, what's your argument that you think that she's gonna get like smarter? I feel like you get dumber with time, especially when you're in the mind-numbing sphere of YouTube. But yeah.
Her YouTube has only been active since 2013? That can't possibly be right. It feels like she was around much longer than that. Oh, that's because she was.
Are you serious? It's before SSniperwolf.
What bugs me the most about YouTube's desire to push SSniperwolf's content is beneath the colorful, eye-catching thumbnails, there is a woman who has been in so much controversy, somebody whose audience wasn't always young viewers.
I mean, are we talking about Trisha Paytas?
Somebody who has actually trampled on other women's careers to get to where she is
Really?
now. This person
Damn. That's the patriarchy for you guys.
is far from squeaky clean like YouTube makes you want to believe. Considering
Well, do you think that YouTube makes you want to believe that, or do you think that like she makes you want to believe that? Also, I'm just gonna say, generally speaking, like, we're talking about pre-2013, people do change. Okay, just fundamentally, you know what I mean? It's pre-2013. I'm not, I'm not shitting myself over it. I'm just saying.
SSniperwolf's true nature, it baffles me as to why YouTube has chosen her, of all people, to be one of their favored top-tier creators, winning gamer.
I really don't think that YouTube like specifically chose. I just feel like it's a business. They're like, oh, she's doing well and people like her and she's not problematic. There are areas where she is problematic, but people don't, like, again, with that controversy with the young fan that had cancer. And they're just like, yeah, we'll just push this. And if people are like, oh my god, I hate her, they wouldn't push it anymore. She just gets a view. I mean, I don't think that YouTube was like, you know what, we really like SSniperwolf, let's push her through the algorithm better. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that there's like a YouTube conspiracy to push SSniperwolf,
of the Year awards, having her
Yeah, rip to
content
that girl
heavily
for sure,
promoted in
brother.
the algorithm. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think she should be banned or deplatformed by any means. I just don't understand why she is being rewarded for doing the same things other creators have been penalized for. If both are wrong, why is one praised
Did she do the same? Is she still doing the same thing as Leafy though? Isn't that I feel like probably not. Okay, let's see.
while the other is being removed? Before SniperWolf, Leah had a channel called Sexy Sniper.
This is fascinating. Do you have a website or anything?
I have a YouTube. It's Sexy Sniper. I have like gameplay and stuff, and I do vlogs.
On this channel, she would post a lot of Call of Duty gameplay videos and would show herself.
So it looks like Leafy got banned in 2020, right? Maybe I'm wrong about that. It sounds like 2020. She changed her content pre-2013, so like I could see, the landscape was clearly different by the time she changed. I'm just saying for context.
In a much more revealing fashion to her audience. Her appeal was much more mature,
Okay.
and she attracted lots of boys and men who were considered to be the highest demographic for playing video games at the time.
Okay.
The rise of the girl gamer. Okay, jokes aside, there's nothing inherently wrong with this. If your brand is marketing yourself as an attractive woman who shares interests that at the time were considered to be male-dominated, of course this is going to bring in a ton of traffic to your channel. More power to you. However, this strategy on YouTube may also do the opposite nowadays by age-restricting your content and making it impossible for newer viewers to see, so
Okay.
you might not really be able to get away with that on YouTube anymore.
Probably
and
not.
if you were to look back, yes, there were people who had an issue with her flaunting her feminine traits to garner attention online, but that's not what most people were actually upset about. I'm sure SniperWolf would want you to believe that all of the criticism she receives are from people who are just jealous haters,
I hope all my haters die!
or people who call her names like ho.
SSSniperwolf is the biggest hoe in this community.
But the truth is, she doesn't want you to know the full context of this situation.
This is why I hate girls.
Same.
Everyone a hoe.
She loves that word so much, in fact. She even called herself a hoe. But not in a funny or ironic way, no. She had nudes leaked, and she lied about them being her. She said, everyone, that's not me, it's not me. And she went as far as to call the girl in the nudes a hoe.
This picture isn't even me. Fake nude pic of me. Again, it's not even me. Why is this hoe in the thumbnail when it's not even me?
The majority
I'm just gonna say, like, fundamentally, like, yeah, I get the whole thing, whatever. But like, it's shitty that her pictures got leaked. So I could understand her response being like, "Hey, that's not me. Freaked out." You know what I mean? Like getting kind of upset and defensive. Like we don't. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's not like a hot take. I think that's somewhat normal. Yeah. Like, hey, that's not me, man. That's like I could see why that might suck for that to happen. You know, I wouldn't want mine. You know what I mean? Like that's okay.
of her criticism stemmed from her own negativity towards other women and her own hypocrisies, sometimes even blatant lies. Leah has been downright vicious to many other creators throughout her online career, and most of those creators were other women.
If that's a model, my left toe can be a model. All of them got a nose job. All of them got like 10 million surgeries.
And all these kids fapping about her as just like some average ugly Mexican bitch with a big ass nose and bushy ass eyebrows.
See, this is a fair criticism. Like that's like what a piece of shit. Yeah.
I don't Photoshop any of my pics. I don't have time for that. Break your back to make it look like you got a pose unless you got lordosis.
And then people are saying, oh, you're making fun of them because they don't have any money.
How do you live in New York where they have like the best internet and you're gonna lag like you live in Africa? Go fucking do something about that poverty shit, your welfare net.
Allegedly spreading rumors and misinformation to retaliate against people who criticized her, using her large platform to mock the appearance of others, causing her audience to send hate to them, and calling out other creators in the same niche as her for doing something she was criticized for allegedly doing herself. This type of behavior,
Like faking playing video games? Is that what that was there? Like, what the hell was that?
eventually caught up with her, albeit after several different scandals. Leah eventually made the change from Sexy Sniper to SniperWolf, creating an entirely new channel and online platform, starting over with a new genre of content. Despite the change in genre, however, she'd continue to find herself in controversy over the years that she still somehow always finds a way out of.
Okay.
SSSniperwolf is known for often taking a stand against someone or something and then doing the same exact thing herself. What makes this even more annoying is that's not like she's trying to raise awareness about a problem going on with YouTube or another creator. It would be unnecessary judgment, such as shaming other women for getting plastic surgery.
All of them got fake tits. All of them got a nose job. All of them got like 10 million surgeries. I didn't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to look like this.
All the while getting it done herself. Then she would lie about why she got it done to her.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Why would you do that? I mean, if you're gonna get plastic surgery, like, do you? I don't really care. But like, why? Why? Why do that? What the fuck? Why criticize people for doing that? What the hell is
Audience.
that?
So the whole point of my surgery, I am getting a septoplasty. I know it sounds like rhinoplasty, which is a nose job, which is for cosmetic purposes.
Quick side note. So I actually know a plastic surgeon who does nose jobs. And just to be thorough, I sent him a text message and asked, would a septoplasty and a turbinate reduction typically cause the kind of bruising that you see in this photo? And would you normally see a change in the profile of the nose like you do in this before and after picture? And I showed him how Leah's nose has changed over time. And he wrote back, that is definitely a nose job.
She would shame others for their poorly photoshopped pictures and then would post poorly photoshopped pictures.
I don't Photoshop any of my pics. I don't have time for that.
I don't Photoshop any of my pics. Someone else does. Like, is that what you...
Why the you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop lying.
I could list every single time she has done this to a major extent, but it plays such a large portion in other parts of this video that I ask you to just keep this in mind while we move forward. It's clear that SSSniperwolf was either A, allegedly highly insecure and would lash out at other creators for their appearances, the work that they had done, possibly photoshopping pictures, or anything else that made them seem more attractive, or B, allegedly purposefully trying to tear down these other creators for the things that she does herself because she sees them as competition for her online career. While this is really just speculation, I personally believe it's a little bit of both. The reason I assume this is because in high school, I used to have a very similar mindset to Leah, and I know of several other people who've had the same mindset as well. I remember being very resentful towards other girls who popularized the idea of girl gamers, just like Leah. And that's because I had a very rough time growing up because I was bullied for liking and playing video games myself. But as I grew older and went through therapy and worked things out, I realized that was a me problem, and that mindset I had was very, very shitty. It wasn't the fault of the girls online that I was bullied for playing video games myself, and it wasn't fair of me to be angry with these people who I've never met in my life for a reason that had nothing to do with them. The reason why I bring this up is because even though I didn't follow Sniperwolf or Sexy Sniper at the time, I wonder to myself, if I had known who she was and idolized her like some girls do today, would that have validated my shitty mentality? And to be honest, I truly don't know. But I also wonder if there was anybody else out there who sees that type of content and allows it to validate themselves in thinking that way. Like I said, I've known other people who have shared the same experience growing up, so I know that this isn't a completely uncommon thing to happen. People are responsible for their own thoughts and actions, and Sniperwolf wouldn't be responsible if somebody thought a certain way or felt a certain way, but I think it is important to understand that things like this can have influence over others and can influence people's thoughts and decisions. There's obviously no way for me to know for sure whether or not this type of content has changed people for the worse, but I do know for a fact that this type of content that Leah made has affected other women's careers on YouTube and social media in a negative way. Everybody has insecurities, but the need to tear down others to this extent for modifying their appearance in any way and then doing it yourself makes me believe that her insecurities went very, very deep.
But what I've learned is that when somebody hates on you, it's usually because they're unhappy with their own lives, and that has nothing to do with you.
I remember that Dark Man video. Hey, listen, she's just speaking her truth. She's speaking from experience. All right, obviously, she was going through a rough time when she tore all those other women down, okay? It's not her fault. She's the victim of the patriarchy, all right? And you making this video is you just playing into the patriarchy, I guess, okay? So you're actually perpetuating the patriarchy, okay? I don't know, cope.
So don't take it personal.
The comments she makes saying, I look like this because it's natural, or saying she pushes her butt out for Instagram pictures because of a medical issue while attacking other—
Did she really say that? I mean, listen, bro. Here's the thing, okay? We all do something, you know, we all do something a little bit. You know, maybe we suck in the gut a little bit when we take a picture, or we stand up a little straighter, or something, you know what I mean? You show off what you can. You do what you gotta do. Why does she criticize people for that? Just stay quiet. Why? That's really weird. So like this whole idea that like she does things because she's insecure, and then she chastises other people for doing things because they're insecure. Like why? What is this, like weird self-hatred? I don't really understand. I don't get it. I don't really understand it.
Others for posing in the same exact flattering positions just screams insecurity to me.
Break your back to make it look like you got an ass pose unless you got lordosis. I got lordosis, so like when I'm standing straight, my back automatically curves like this. So you can't make fun of me. But it's like, damn, obviously,
this wasn't enough.
That insecurity can often lead to feelings of having to compete with others and having to justify why you're better than they are because of X, Y, and Z. Now, is it possible that Sniperwolf could have outgrown this behavior herself? It's been quite a while since she's done this type of stuff, right? Well, yes and no. You see, she maybe has evolved in some ways, but she has displayed a pretty consistent pattern of behavior over the years, which makes me personally believe she likely hasn't changed too much. Maybe I'm wrong here, but let's see if these examples speak for themselves.
Yeah, let's see.
Back in the day, SSSniperwolf, or Sexy Sniper, was not the only popular girl gaming YouTuber. At the time, there was another YouTuber who had a significantly larger fan base, and this YouTuber went by the name of Girl Gone Gamer. Girl Gone Gamer was very popular for her FPS gameplay videos. Call of Duty, Battlefield, and other similar games are very competitive and are taken very seriously by a large community of gamers online. With that being said, many were impressed with her FPS gaming skills as she was doing exceptionally well in online Call of Duty matches. It drove a lot of speculation that she could possibly be faking her gameplay. You might think to yourself, many of these people were probably—
I mean, it's obviously true because women can't play games. Women stink. Of course they can't play game. Woman gamer? It's probably fake. Come on. Like, you think I was born yesterday? No, ridiculous. No, ridiculous. Come on.
Just assuming this because she's a girl. Like I previously mentioned, yes, I'm sure there were a few people who probably had that mindset. However, suspicions grew mostly because things weren't adding up regarding her footage. Raya, Girl Gone Gamer, started to reach an unnaturally high score very quickly, and her gaming skills would be sort of inconsistent. She would refuse to play any live games.
It's also possible it's one of those things where people are like, this girl's doing really well, we gotta— the girls can't play well, so they police her, and they're like, yeah, she actually does it. You know what I mean? Like a weird thing. I don't know. Or maybe they wouldn't have done it if it was a guy. I don't really know, though. We're getting a little too woke here. Let's move on.
With a face cam, it was becoming increasingly obvious that something wasn't adding up, and according to Sniperwolf, other people were tagging her, asking her to speak up about it, and eventually she did, and she called her out on it. Sniperwolf made 2 videos showcasing why she believed Girl Gone Gamer was faking her gameplay videos. Sniperwolf accused Girl Gone Gamer of using other people's game recordings, claiming them as her own. This caused a lot of Girl Gone Gamer subscribers to move to SSSniperwolf's channel instead, and it appeared to be the biggest gaming drama of its time. To be fair, if Girl Gone Gamer was faking her gameplay videos, this would be a natural consequence for her lying to her audience.
Was she not?
This type of gaming is very competitive in nature, and if she was claiming that the person who made all of this gaming footage showing off her skills was her, then yeah, that would be a lie. It would be a lie to her audience. When your entire brand is marketing yourself as a gamer, it's understandable for the audience to be outraged when they find out you've been faking all of your gameplays and lying to your audience about it. So in that regard, SSSniperwolf was well within her right to make that video on Girl Gone Gamer if she so wished. Nobody really blames her for that. Hell, I would have even done the same thing, although I complain about everything anyway, so that's a no-brainer. But what people were annoyed with regarding SSSniperwolf was that she was allegedly being a hypocrite.
Wow.
Plenty of people accused Leah of faking her gameplay videos as well.
Really? Interesting. Okay.
There was another YouTuber that went by the name of enigmahood. Enigmahood made a plethora of videos criticizing Sniperwolf for the way she treated her fans, among other controversies as well. According to him and some screenshots he shared, one of the ways SSSniperwolf retaliated was by liking racist tweets directed towards him. She then tried to get his videos removed by filing DMCA takedowns, which required enigmahood to provide his legal name and private information to dispute. When someone files a DMCA takedown, in this case Sniperwolf, they can eventually see the other person's docs. After obtaining enigmahood's personal information, Sniperwolf went on to make this video where she claimed that enigmahood was a child predator. This is an extremely bold accusation to make. Sniperwolf allegedly claimed that the reason you can't find any of this information online—
allegedly claim, or she made like an allegation? I wonder if that's like, because if she allegedly claimed and we're not confirming that she actually did claim that, then maybe we're misspeaking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm assuming they mean like she claimed that this guy allegedly did this thing. I'm assuming that. Okay.
If you search it now, is because the publicized documents she found were allegedly removed. I'm not confident in saying that this is impossible, but I do assume that this is highly unlikely to be what happened. Not to mention the fact that enigmahood claimed that this was a blatantly false allegation and took legal action against Sniperwolf over this. This was a huge situation back when it originally happened, as it not only displays how far she is willing to go to take down others, but censor them as well. Unfortunately, it's something that many have forgotten about in the current day.
Yeah.
The face censor situation is extremely strange to me, but it does go to show how far Leah is willing to go to preserve her image. The funny thing is, the more she tries to preserve her reputation online, the worse her reputation seems to get. To make a really long story short,
what do we call that? The Barbra Streisand effect, right? Where you try to suppress something and then it unsuppresses.
2017, SSSniperwolf made some really rude comments to an influencer known as Alyssa Violet and a model known as Summer Rae.
If you're not, like, he's boosting her, like, on YouTube. Like, just putting her and everything. I know, he better, no, but she's, I think
What I will say is, like, even with all this shitty stuff, like, people are still, they're not, like, necessarily beyond redemption. The problem for me is that, like, okay, so we have these allegations where she's kind of shitty. And then it's like, but did she change? So we look at the now, like, okay, where is she now? Did she change? And it's like, I don't really think so. You know what I mean? Like, again, like that situation with that young girl, I remember it, okay? The parent like reached out to her because her kid loved her. You know, right? The kid was like, had a terminal illness, rest in peace. And Sniperwolf said like, hey, oh yeah, like I'll try to like call her for a little bit. Okay. Now you don't have to make that obligation. You don't. But she did. You know? And then she dodged their girl constantly. The mom's like, oh, she might pass soon. Can you please do this? And then she's like, oh, maybe tomorrow. Oh, maybe tomorrow. Oh, maybe. And like, yeah, it was Christmas weekend. Not that hard to get on the phone for 15 minutes. You make that promise, you fulfill that promise. You know what I'm saying? Not a super hot take. And so to me, like, you made the promise and then you dodged and then you kind of blame the girl. I find that to be really shitty. So
she's dating her.
To me, it's like, how much could you have changed if you do something like that? How can we say like, yeah, I changed? Like, did you change? You know?
His friend. Yeah, her roommate. She's just like, I'm gonna just fuck everybody to get a free room.
Oh my god.
This is why I hate girls.
Okay.
Everyone a hoe.
Yeah. Hey, isn't that new girl? Yeah, it's like Summer.
I don't know.
Is that a model?
Oh my god, that's not a model. If that's a model, my left toe can be a model.
A lot of makeup.
FaZe Banks, Alyssa Violet's boyfriend at the time, was not happy about these comments and called SSSniperwolf out for allegedly sending flirtatious messages to an influencer known as FaZe Censor, or Censor, who was in a relationship at the time. The reactions from this got so out of hand that Censor ended up making a video trying to explain his side of things, and his side of things didn't make Leah look too good. Censor claimed that SSSniperwolf sent flirtatious messages to him, and he showed pictures of the messages. So not screenshots, but actual pictures of the text messages on his device showing their conversation. SSSniperwolf denied this and threatened to sue him after this. It got to the point where Censor went to his mobile provider to have them confirm the validity of the text messages, only for Leah to still imply that he was lying. But to back this up even farther, he explained how not only were these confirmed by his mobile provider, but they were also backed up on his iCloud storage as well.
I want you to go through a lawsuit, and I want you to be put through hell, because I can take it. I can take anything that's thrown at me, and it's gonna make me stronger. And I want the whole world to see.
Sorry, that just line was a cringe. Sorry. I can take it. I can take it. That line itself is just kind of cringe. Like, come on, right? Honestly.
The type of person that you are, and you too, Sausage, because I can't believe you right now. I don't understand how you think that these texts are fake. I don't understand how you could think that I fabricated this.
Now, apparently SSSniperwolf did issue an apology for the insulting things she said about Alyssa Violet, but doing my research, I couldn't find any apology addressed to Summer Rae. It's possible that I could have missed it, and it's also possible that she just directed the apology to Alyssa and ignored Summer.
True.
For those of you who do not know, Gabby DiMartino is a lifestyle type of YouTuber who has garnered a large following due to looking and dressing very similarly to Ariana Grande. She was even in one of Ariana's music videos. In 2018, Sniperwolf made a video mocking people who looked like Ariana Grande because apparently it was a trend for people to dress like Ariana specifically. Yeah. I actually remember this, and I'm still to this day very confused as to why this trend solely revolved around Ariana Grande and nobody else, but
Hey, it's Queen Ariana. What do you want me to tell you? Okay. I guess probably what it is. So.
Confusing or not, anybody who did try to make themselves look like Ariana, even in the slightest bit, would be torn apart by people online.
And when I think of inspired by...
Because then it's also kind of cringe. Like, you know, like, yeah, I get why people like Ariana, but that's like, oh, it's a little bit cringe that you dress like that. So I guess, and you know, YouTube was like a, you know, everything is cringe, so you got to call everything out. So, you know.
those fake Gucci t-shirts or fake Chanel where instead of 2 C's the logo is 2 O's like this and it's like inspired by Chanel but it's like a cheap knockoff. That's what I think of. Cheap knockoff.
Ariana Grande is a pretty person. Her aesthetic back in 2018 was considered to be desirable. When you're a mainstream celebrity that is considered to be a fashion icon at any point in time, people will want to recreate your look. Hell, even Ariana herself has had looks in the past that seem to be inspired by other celebrities. And there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion, as long as you're not hurting anybody or doing anything to insult others in a very—
I think some people would call it blackfishing if you want to get super woke here. I don't give a shit about that, but I'm just just making like a little joke. Just being a little cheeky.
damning way. Stylize however you want, wear a high ponytail, wear knee-high boots, and dress the way that makes you feel happy. SSniperwolf made a video that got tons and tons of views, making fun of people who looked and dressed like Ariana Grande, and one of those people was Gabby DiMartino.
What are you doing bullying and bringing down young women on a platform with 11 million subscribers? Is that how you're gonna use your voice? Is that what you're trying to do with your platform? Or are you gonna use my face for views? Like seriously, what's up with that? My face is so much bigger than yours on your own thumbnail. Let's be real. Like I'd say my picture takes up the entire thumbnail and then there's like a sliver of your face in the little corner.
Now this—
Oh yeah, I mean that's usually how thumbnails kind of work, I guess. I'm just saying, but okay, all right.
Tweet right here is really ironic considering how many times SSniperwolf has said the same exact thing to anybody who criticizes her.
You messaged me an apology on Instagram way after you uploaded the video, after realizing who the fuck I was and who I am and that I'm a YouTuber as well. But the thing is my face is still on your video. It's humiliating. And if you're gonna use my face for views, then I'm going to respond to your messages in a video format for views as well.
Hey, get your bag, girl. What do I want to do for
But
damage
here's
here?
the funniest part. Prior to this, SSniperwolf made a video trying to dress and take pictures exactly like Ariana Grande.
Modeling is
Really?
hard work. It's like really
That's but you don't understand, okay? She's wearing cut up jeans, so clearly it is not the same thing, okay? All right, guys, it is clearly not the same thing. She's wearing cut up jeans. That's not the same, okay?
hard and I don't like it.
Oh, you know, it's only okay when I do it.
Okay. I don't think I'm gonna win
SSSniperwolf
this.
has claimed another YouTuber named Azzyland has been copying her and desperately tries to be her. But once again, the hypocrisy settles in, as it seems that she has also copied Azzyland herself.
This is an FYI, this girl came up to me at an event and told me that I was her biggest inspiration. And that's really cool, and I could totally see it. Like, she would do Omegle videos, gaming videos, vlogs, just like me. And then I start uploading reacting videos. And then a few months later, she starts doing the same. Every reaction channel ends up doing similar content. Thumbnails, we all have our original unique style that makes us all different. She tried calling me out on Twitter saying I copied her thumbnail. I didn't. I made my own. The same way I've been making them long before her.
Azzyland posted on Twitter, coincidence, tagging SSniperwolf in a tweet with 2 images. The first image is a screen cap of a video by Azzyland titled "The Funniest Teacher Student Texts," posted 1 month ago, or what I assume was in November of 2017. The second screenshot showed this video by SSniperwolf titled "Awkward Teacher Student Texts," posted 14 hours ago, or I assume December 2nd, 2017, as this is when the tweet was posted. Well, it looks like SSniperwolf has taken this technique straight out of Blair White's textbook, cropping the images and removing context from them to paint a different narrative to her audience.
I mean, I don't know the specifics, but like, it looks like they're just reacting to like the same thing. It's kind of normal, no? Like, and then I guess it's a similar thumbnail. I mean, I guess it's not like a super get a sniper monkey. Sniper monkey can do shit for me, brother. Here, I'll get it just for you though. But like, I guess a similar topic, and when you do this type of content, like something like it's not. Oh fuck, I did the wrong sniper. Actually, that was the right fuck. That would have been. No, I didn't have the money for it. But like when you're not like making super complex content, I guess you could say, you know, you're gonna have some overlap in what some stuff looks like, I guess. Okay.
This tweet here implies that SSniperwolf was copying Azzyland after SSniperwolf claimed that Azzyland was the one who was copying her. Now, to be fair, in the comments of this tweet, people were calling Azzyland out for also copying SSniperwolf's videos as well. So, essentially, they seem to be copying each other. Wait a minute, I'm editing this video and I just realized the screenshot I had of this is actually from Sausage. I was originally going to do an entire segment on Sausage, who is SSniperwolf's partner. I say partner because at this point, I don't know if they're married, engaged, just boyfriend and girlfriend. People have a lot of different speculations. But the entire segment would just boil down to the fact that he constantly white knights for her and bullies other people on her behalf, sometimes much more viciously than Leah does herself.
Men, am I right? Shit.
While researching for this video, I came across another video by a YouTuber named Atozy, who pointed out some very interesting behavior displayed by SSniperwolf in one of her videos. In this video, SSniperwolf was doing a challenge where she had to survive off of $1 a day. She then goes into a—
It's like impossible, dude. Why would you do that challenge? Survive over $1 a day? How do you even do that? The fuck? What do I need? I need more damage. What gives me more? I'll figure it out.
Store where people in front of her were holding up the line by having some issues using coupons. It's clear that whoever was in front of her was struggling to buy their groceries, but SSSniperwolf, a wealthy YouTuber who was trying to buy food for under $1 for a challenge, had some really crappy comments to say.
Well, the people in front of us are trying to do this challenge too because we've been waiting here for like 20 minutes and they're trying to get it under a certain amount. They've swapped out like 5-6 things right now. They swiped the card. That's a good sign. I'm getting impatient.
Why not just pay for it? Like, you don't have to, but like, why make oh, these people are actually poor. Haha, I'm just cosplaying as a poor person. Like, okay. Just pay for their fucking groceries. Like, if you're rich, who gives a shit? Like, I would. Like, who fucking cares? Like, oh, these LOL, poor people? LOL? LOL? Like, dude, why? Why make the comments? At the very least, just shut the fuck up while they do it. Okay.
Then made a response video to a Tozy. Sniper was trying to justify her comments, saying that the people had really expensive items like iPhones, so clearly they weren't actually financially struggling.
That's a whole conversation. Like, listen, I don't know the specifics. We could generally say, like, you know, you should make good choices even like if you're poor, and if you're poor, you shouldn't live outside your means. But like, okay, you know, we could all act better. But then, like, why sit there and shame this person? Like, they're still, like, obviously, like, struggling, doing their shit. You know what I mean? Like, you could have just not made the comments. But, you know, you decided to kind of throw your hat in the ring, dude, so.
So, husband and wife, they both had iPhone X's. The kid had a tablet. And then people are saying, oh, you're making fun of them because they don't have any money. First of all, I wouldn't do that. Second of all, why they took a long time and why I was annoyed is because they kept trying to get things for free that was on a coupon, but they were giving them other things. And then they're like, but like they kept pulling up coupons on their phone for a certain brand of an item, like bread.
From my perspective, this is always a shitty thing that people who are financially well off always say about people.
So, like, what is she trying to say? That, like, they were trying to, like, scam the couponers thing or something? Like, they were getting the wrong product? Okay. All right.
We're struggling with poverty. I know, Chester, it is really annoying. I don't know if it picked up, but even he sighed. He can't even stand it. Not only that, but how can we trust what she's saying is even true? How do we know for sure that the family in front of her really did have all of these nice things while they were using coupons and whatnot, and that this wasn't
I don't know, maybe.
just some sort of cop-out excuse since she knew her audience wouldn't demand any proof for it? Also, I went to see if the video was
I was trying to see if they did.
Of her really did have all of these nice things while they were using coupons and whatnot, and that this wasn't just some sort of cop-out excuse since she knew her audience wouldn't demand any proof for it. Also, I went to see if the video was still up on her channel, and it is. She claimed that their child had a tablet while the two parents had new iPhones. I mean, the clips are so fast and out of focus that maybe I'm just stupid, but from what I'm looking at here, I don't see a tablet in that kid's hands, and I don't see any new iPhones either. Maybe they just put
Oh, I guess they might be in their pockets, but then the thing is, like, how did she know that they had it? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, maybe they do. Maybe it's in their pocket. But then, like, how if we can't see on the camera, how does she see it necessarily? You know? Well, I guess we don't know.
Put them away, though, right before she started recording. Who knows?
But how people see this and try to, like, switch the story around to make it seem like I'm the bad guy, of course. It gets the views, right?
Go fucking do something about that poverty shit, your welfare net.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, why are you such a
What may be
meme?
fresh in the minds of many who have recently heard about SSSniperwolf is the incident regarding her 10-year-old fan who unfortunately passed away due to cancer. Her name was Kiara, and SSSniperwolf was one of her heroes. Before we continue, I want to take a moment to share Kiara's GoFundMe page. Even though she is unfortunately gone from this world, this GoFundMe page will help her two moms a lot after dealing with this and going through such a difficult time. No parent deserves to lose their child to cancer. I really do want to be as delicate as I can with this.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it is some fucked up shit, bro. Like, think about it. Like, listen, if your parent dies of cancer, like, that's sad too, but like, it's almost a natural order of things. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, my mom died of cancer. Like, that's some sad shit, but that's like it's unfortunately the reality. But you're dude, that's fucked. Could you imagine having a kid and then, like, you know, you're raising your kid and you love your kid and then, like, they pass from cancer or just pass in general? That's some sad shit, man. That's just some fucked up shit. I mean, that's some fucked up shit, man. That's fucking devastating, bro. That's devastating.
Of the video because I know how serious it is to lose somebody. Kiara's memory shouldn't revolve around this situation. It should be held by the people who she was closest with in her life and people who supported her and her family. This is a serious situation that I still want to discuss, though, because this is one of the most recent and awful things regarding SSSniperwolf. In December of 2021, Adam22 from the No Jumpers podcast tried to get Kiara's mom in contact with SSSniperwolf to see if Sniperwolf would be willing to set up a FaceTime call with her. They were successfully able to get in touch with Sniperwolf, and they tried to arrange a time to set up the FaceTime call. As you can see, Leah mentions here that she can do the call at this particular time, but when the time comes, she doesn't do the call. Several attempts were made at rescheduling the call, but no time seemed good enough. Leah
I have a whole video on it. You can look up the specifics, but I remember that situation, man, and like she was doing everything that she could to just not do it. That's honestly how it felt. She was doing everything in her power to just not do the interaction after saying that she would. If she, you know what I mean? Like, don't get the girl's hopes up if you weren't gonna do it, because she's like, oh, sorry. That like if you look through the messages, like it was really shitty, and then like she like blocked the girl too. I think it was just fucked up, bro. It was very clear that she was trying to dodge out of it. You know, this is fucked up.
clearly did not display intentions of prioritizing this matter, which is why many believed she just blew off a dying fan. She even posted how she was out to dinner at some fancy restaurant while making the poor mother wait for a convenient time to call her dying child. This wasn't just any fan of SSSniperwolf's. This was a fan who was terminally ill, who was dying of cancer.
And like I said, dude, like I understand why, like, you don't have to agree to doing something like that. Like, it's a really nice thing to do for, like, the young girl because she's passing, but it can be, like, really heavy for you, and I get it. And, you know, it could put you in a situation where, as a content creator, you could be continuously kind of expected to... Oh, I got the wrong thing. You could be continuously expected to, like, do the same thing over and over again. So, I get it. I get, like, how you may not want to do that. I get it. But, like, you made the obligation. So, at that point, you lose that excuse, you know? You made the obligation. You got this girl's hopes up. You got the mother's hopes up. This was like the last thing that the mom wanted to do for the kid. And you just decided to fucking dodge as much as possible. It's some fuck shit, man.
Answer. She was still alive at this point, but could have passed at any given moment, just for Sniperwolf to say, well, we could keep trying, but I'm usually very busy. How do you have no compassion for this family?
It was during like Christmas vacation where like she, like, bro, you can go on the phone for half an hour. But yeah, I have a half an hour to talk. That's all you got to do, bro. Yeah, it's all you got to do. It's not that big of a deal. You know, you don't have to, you know.
Have stepped outside for 10 minutes. You couldn't have sat in your car for a few minutes to make this FaceTime call happen. Her excuse was that she wanted to give Kiara more than just a few minutes. But to that I say, this is a very time-sensitive situation.
Bro, she literally could have been like, originally, it's the expectation part. She could have been like, hey, listen, I don't know if I have time, but like I can make like a really nice video for her. And this and that would have been great. You know what I mean? Like that would have been phenomenal. Like, I'm just gonna make a really nice video for her. Oh, the mother would have been fucking overjoyed. I'm telling you. You know, I'm telling you. That's really all you had to do. But you didn't. You couldn't even do that much, bro.
Something like this, you don't always have time to plan something grand or elaborate. Kiara's family had no idea how much longer she had left on this earth, and her health was rapidly declining. A 5 or 10 minute FaceTime call seems to be all that they were expecting. It would have been enough for them. And personally, this just sounds like an excuse to me because, like she said in her own words, we can keep trying, but I'm usually very busy. That to me doesn't sound like somebody who was trying to carefully plan something special or lengthy. That sounds like somebody who was inconvenienced. After all the backlash, it appears that Sniperwolf did eventually get in contact with Kiara, as she posted here. I don't know how long they talked or if they even FaceTimed, so I actually went back and realized that she posted this tweet here saying that she sent Kiara a video. Is this implying that she never FaceTime called her and sent a video instead? Why would she say she got in contact with Kiara and sent a video if she FaceTimed her? Most people have been outraged over the fact that she said she'd FaceTime her and then didn't, so if she FaceTimed her, why would she word it like this? Depending on what platform she used, the video is likely to be anywhere between 1 to 4 minutes long. For iPhones, the longest is about 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So what about waiting to make the call longer than just 5 minutes again? But at the very least, Kiara seemed happy, and that's what matters the most. In the donations, you can also see that Sniperwolf donated $5,000 to the GoFundMe page.
Wait a damn minute.
Either way, to me, it seemed like the family really wanted to make Kiara's wishes come true, and I don't believe Leah cared as much as she tries to convince her fans that she did. This is pretty much a done deal, I suppose, as she did what she—
Again, dude, like, if, like it's fucked to say, but like if Keemstar didn't fucking talk about the thing, that girl probably wouldn't have gotten that chat that she was promised, bro. So
could to try and fix the issue, but many were left wondering if she would even have done this had it not been for the backlash. Sniperwolf did what she could to make her audience believe she would have, but many remain unconvinced. In fact, this very incident is what led many to believe that Leah had not changed in the slightest over the past decade, that she is the same heavily flawed and selfish person that she has been from the start of her career.
Yeah.
As briefly mentioned throughout this video, we have seen countless examples of how Sniperwolf has tried to sweep her controversies under the rug by—
Let's keep in mind though, Keemstar is still a piece of shit, so.
They're threatening to sue
Let's
others
keep
or
in mind
sending
it.
her audience to go and attack others. When she wants to take things farther, she would attempt to false flag or false DMCA videos criticizing her to get them taken down and silenced. And when that wouldn't work, she would allegedly resort to slandering them. Although it appears her newer approach to more recent controversies are just ignoring them altogether, doing as little as possible to address them when she is backed into a corner, such as
I mean, that's what, you know, that's what a lot of people do. So, you know what I mean?
the situation where she blew off her terminally ill
Fence-sitting Papa Gut. Okay, shut the fuck up, dude. I know you're trolling me, you piece of shit.
fan. Sure, she might make a pinned comment underneath a video or a few tweets arguing with people who disagree with her on her actions, calling them stupid and treating them similarly to how she used to, just without the naughty words that she would throw around in every other tweet. I want to close this video off by reminding you that I don't think SSSniperwolf should be deplatformed or banned from YouTube. Her content does seem to be more tame than it used to be, and her controversies seem to occur far less. Though when they do occur, it seems to be pretty nasty, yet still forgotten about.
You know, I don't know the specifics. I know, like, fundamentally, the thing is that, like, when you become more large, like, you're going to see, like, unnecessary, like, stupid criticism sometimes. And what ends up happening is, like, you'll get a dumb bullshit criticism for something sometimes, and then sometimes you'll get a good criticism. And when you're a large content creator, already a person, it gets difficult to discern the two, you know? Or it gets difficult to differentiate the two. So you start, like, being like, you know, like, oh, you criticized me for this? Well, that's stupid, because, like, you get criticized over something, like, dumb. You know, it's like, oh, you got criticized for pouring your milk before your cereal? Oh, and then, like, oh, you get criticized for smacking someone? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I know it sounds weird, but you get to a point where, like, it's hard to differentiate the two, because you have people in general will carry the same energy for every situation. So sometimes just it can get, like, a little difficult from that perspective.
By her audience. It's not like this has just happened 5 to 10 years ago when she's changed as a person for the better. Unless it involves bringing up serious harm to someone, I usually find it silly when somebody brings up how crappy someone's actions were a decade ago when they have displayed genuine growth and change as a person. But the thing is, I don't believe SSSniperwolf has changed much. She has shown a continuous pattern of awful behavior for well over a decade at this point. The only difference is that she masks her true nature while using this fake baby voice and hollow personality reacting to viral TikTok videos.
Yeah, but she's on Man.
I guess what I'd really like to see is her become a better person. Maybe address this stuff instead of sweeping it under the rug and trying to silence creators who speak up about it. I think it would also be nice to see why YouTube has allowed her to continue her success while banning others who have displayed very similar actions.
Okay, but we know, like, SSSniperwolf's a shitty person, but we know her content has changed drastically. And, like, Leafy was doing this in 2020, and you even said that, like, a lot of this was pre-2013. So, like, come on. Like, I think that's, like, a little unreasonable here. You know that there's a drastic difference in the comparison. You can like Leafy all you want. That I don't care about. I'm just saying, like, there is a difference. Like, let's be real here, okay? Let's be real.
I'm not defending those channels by any means, by the way. It's just very evident that not
Would I ever have a conversation with SSSniperwolf? I mean, yeah, probably, right? Like, why wouldn't I? That would be nice for me, so.
But he is held to the same standards, and it would be beneficial to creators to get a clear explanation as to why one person can get away with this while others can't.
They didn't do the same content. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it was a different time. You know what I'm saying? Like 2020 versus 2013. Oh, come on. I think that part's a little bit of a reach. I'm just saying, okay?
Creators on this platform, I think we deserve at least that much. I know that's wishful thinking, and I know not to actually expect any type of answer from YouTube or answer from SSSniperwolf. It's not like this was a one-time event or things that have only happened 5 to 10 years ago, and she has grown as a person. We have discussed through this entire video a pattern of behavior that has gone from years ago all the way up to current day. It's showing that she hasn't grown, hasn't changed, and still is just a pretty crappy person. And that's the issue that I have, is that she hasn't tried to better herself over all of these years. She's had opportunities, but she always seems to show her true colors, which aren't that great. With that being said, I've complained about her and this situation for long enough at this point, so I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you so much if you've made it all the way to the end of this video. I suspect that this might be one of the longest videos I've ever posted on my channel, so I thank you for making it all the way through if you have. And I also want to give a huge thank you to everybody who has been supporting me over on Patreon, especially Lewis, Miss Tanisha, Anthony Tressout, and Michelle. I will see you in the next video. Maybe we'll talk about some more controversial gaming people, streamers. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, yeah, I like that. That video was good. I will say that the only, like, I guess, issue that I had with it was like like, I don't hate Leafy or anything. I'm just saying, like, when you look at this objectively, like, there was a totally different time. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you know, Leafy making his edgy content. Like, if Leafy used to make that content and then he had changed it, like, that would have been totally different. You know what I mean? But, like, that's not what happened, you know? So I can't say that they're directly analogous to one another, those situations. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.